faster and ever more international. Goods fly around the globe. Borders have become blurred. The worlds of business, politics, culture, and communication are now linked internationally. So what do Germans think of when they hear the word globalization?
Future.
What do I think of? Negative things, like the interconnectedness of financial systems. If one fails, everything collapses.
Very exciting, challenging, important. There's no getting around globalization.
Globalisierung.
64% of Germans, or the majority, view globalization in a positive light. Just 31% have negative associations when they hear the term. Germany in particular has profited from globalization. Among industrialized nations, Germany is the one that relies most on international trade. Half of the country's GDP comes from exports. 55% of people here think that without globalization, economic growth would be lower. 29% believe it has almost no effect. Just 15% think growth would be higher without globalization. Germans would likely be worse off if it weren't for globalization, but many still feel it's a bit of a mixed blessing.